Hello dear students, I'm Dr. Chandrakala HD. Under the topic network layer, in this video, I'll be discussing two routing models, default routing and dynamic routing. And also we'll be discussing the functions and features of routers. So in the last video, we have learned that there are three types of routing models: static routing, default routing and dynamic routing. So I have covered the static routing in detail in one of my previous videos. In this video, let us learn default routing and dynamic routing. In default routing, the router is configured to send all the packets which arrive in the router to the same hop device. It does not matter whether that hop device belongs to the particular same network or a different network. When we say hop device, it's a host computer or some computer node which is going to receive the data. So default routing is used when network deals with single exit point. So meaning that whatever packets come at that particular router, if all of them have to be delivered to a single device on the network, then default routing will be used because the path and the number of devices is restricted here. The interface is single as well as the device is single. So no sophisticated routing is required for such routing models because there is only single hop device. So this technique is useful when bulk of transmission networks have to transmit the data to the same hop device. When a specific route is mentioned in the routing table, then this default router can also choose a specific route rather than default route. So generally, the router picks the default route for data transmission. In special circumstances, sometimes specific route has to be followed, which is mentioned in the routing table. In that cases, the router can switch over to the specific route as well. If no specific route is given, then default route will be taken by the router. The next type of routing is dynamic routing. So compared to static and default routing, which are non-adaptive routing techniques, or static routing is non-adaptive and default routing is semi-adaptive routing. Dynamic routing is a adaptive routing, sophisticated adaptive routing model. So in this dynamic routing technique, the router will add a new route in its routing table for each packet, okay, in response to any changes in the network condition like topology or network traffic. So there will be generally defined routes to reach every node in the network. Due to some circumstances, special circumstances like a change in topology or change in network traffic or bandwidth, the router which uses dynamic routing model will be very intelligent to compute new route and insert it in the routing table and facilitate the packet transmission according to the new route. Hence, we call this routing model as a dynamic routing model because for each packet, the router is capable of taking decision on the move. And this particular dynamic routing model makes use of dynamic protocols in order to discover new routes to reach the destination. Two routing protocols which are used by dynamic routing model are the RIP, Routing Information Protocol, and OSPF, Open Shortest Path First protocols. These are specialized protocols which can dynamically discover new routes to any given node in the network. So if any of the route goes down, then automatic adjustment in the routing table can be made to reach the destination in this particular dynamic routing model. Hence, it's called as an adaptive routing model. So two main features which the dynamic protocol should possess are all the routers must have the same dynamic routing protocol in order to exchange the route. So on a network, one router exchanges the route information with another router. Hence, in order to understand each other's communication, all these routers have to use the same dynamic routing protocols. Like if one is using RIP, the other should also use RIP. If one is using OSPF, then the other should also use OSPF. And the second feature is, if the router discovers any change in the topology or condition, if one router discovers any such change in the network traffic or topology, then that router should broadcast this information to all other routers in the network. So these two are very important features of dynamic routing model and dynamic protocols. So there is communication between the different routers in the network. The advantages of dynamic routing are, this dynamic routing model is easier to configure, and it's very effective in selecting the best route in response to any change in the topology of the network or a condition of the network. The disadvantages are, of course, this particular routing model is quite expensive in terms of CPU and bandwidth usage, given the dynamic activity which it performs. Each time it has to intelligently compute the best route to reach the destination. For every packet it has to transfer, and this comes at the cost of CPU usage, more CPU usage and more bandwidth usage. And dynamic routing model is less secure compared to default and static routing techniques. It has concerns with security of the packet transmission. Now coming to routers. Routers are important networking devices which operate in the network layer, which is layer 3 in the OSI model. So these routers are responsible for receiving, analyzing, and forwarding data packets among the connected computer networks. So when I say connected computer networks, it means that routers can interconnect multiple heterogeneous networks together and establish packet transmission between these multiple networks. So it's the job of router to receive packets, analyze them, and forward data packets irrespective of whether the destination is on the same network or on the different network. So when a data packet arrives, router will inspect the destination by checking the IP address. The packet will contain the IP address of the destination. Seeing that address, the router will consult its routing table, which contains all possible paths to reach that particular destination node. And out of these routes, the optimal route will be selected and packet will be transmitted along that particular route by the router. Some main features of routers are, the routers can connect different networks together and send and receive data packets from one network to another. And irrespective of whether it is a LAN or WAN, the routers can interconnect the network. And routers will transmit data in the form of IP addresses, and it makes use of IP address of the nodes in order to transmit the IP packets to the destination. So it identifies the nodes on the network using IP addresses. Each IP packet will be containing the source and destination address, which is an IP address of the node, source node and destination node. Based on these IP addresses, the router will check its routing table and find out the path to reach that particular node. The routers will have routing tables, and they refresh these routing tables very periodically, depending on the changes occurring in the network. So to transmit data packets, the routing table will be consulted by the router, as well as routing protocols like RIP and OSPF will be used. So using the routing table and these routing protocols, the router can transmit data packets between source node and destination node. Maybe they are present in the same network or on different network. To prepare and refresh the routing table, the router will share information among each other. Whatever routers are present on the network, they keep sharing information between each other so that they can keep their routing tables up to date. So they can exclude all those routes which are currently damaged or unusable, or they are overloaded. So in a timely manner, if one router identifies some particular extraordinary condition in the network, it doesn't keep that information for itself, it will share it with all other routers in the network. Hence, all routers will contain up-to-date information of all the working paths and working nodes in the network. The routers can also provide protection against broadcast storms. So broadcast storms are those which will overload the network bandwidth. So broadcast packet means a packet which is intended to multiple nodes. So if such packets come in more numbers on the network, naturally the network will be overloaded. The router can identify such storms and they can protect the users from such a storm. The routers are comparatively very expensive networking device compared to other devices like hubs, bridges, and switches. Routers are quite expensive. Some of the companies which manufacture routers are Cisco, D-Link, HP, 3Com, Juniper, Nortel, so on. So router is an intelligent device which as soon as receiving the packet, IP packet, will check the packet, analyze the destination address which is preloaded in the packet, and consult its routing table to find out the best optimal path to reach that particular destination IP address and forward the packets. Thank you.